It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBsports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
2 games through our Mercer County tournament coverage here on the WBCB Sports Network, and both games living up to the hype here from Cure Insurance Arena. It's the Notre Dame Irish against the the Ewing Blue Devils here in the Mercer County Tournament semifinals, game 2 of the girls bracket, and a rematch from last year's Mercer County Tournament Championship. A year ago, it was the Ewing Blue Devils picking up their first Mercer County Tournament Championship in 30 years, defeating the Irish 51-46. A little bit of a different looking Irish squad this time around, but they find themselves back in the semifinals here at Cure Insurance Arena. Hello everybody, Mike Warren alongside the Mercer County Hall of Famer Rich Fisher, excited to be with you for the 3rd game of today's coverage here on the WBCB Sports Network. Today's game brought to you by the Capital Health System, the New Jersey Education Association, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant, Haldeman Ford Subaru, Notre Dame High School, the Trentonian, the Italian People's Bakery, Hyundai of Trenton, Jammer Doors and Windows, Mako of Ewing, all proud to sponsor today's contest here on WBCB as we welcome Rich Fisher into our Trentonian pregame festivities. Fish, 2 really good games so far to this point. And the last one coming down to the wire, the Irish boys victorious over Ewing, getting the upset, knocking off the number 2 seed, and they will advance to tomorrow night's game, the first team in for the boys in the finals. And when you look at the girls, Hightstown waiting for one of these teams here tonight.
Right, absolutely. And let me tell you something, that game we just did took my breath away. I cannot believe it, that it came down to that, and that Luke Foley had the wherewithal to miss his first foul shot, and with the weight of the world on his shoulders, missed a second. But hey, we're doing the girls' game, and Notre Dame, just like their boys' counterparts, coming off a big upset over Allentown in the first round, and they're coming off a high. They upset the 4-seeded Redbirds 44-42 on Simone Pintinelli's buzzer beater, 3-pointer at the buzzer to win the game. And rest assured, Pintinelli will be a focus of the Ewing defense today. She leads Notre Dame in scoring with 11. CVC's leading 3-point scorer, Mike, as you had mentioned off the air, 59.
Remarkable.
Which averages out to 2.5 a game. And sophomore Megan Conley is no slouch. She'll have to be watched. She's hit 25 from behind the arc. And Notre Dame is going to have Ewing is going to have to deal with some size. You got 6'1" soft Isabella Diaz and 5'11" senior Jules Lynch. They're both good at banging the boards. So, how that all plays out against Ewing remains to be seen. Listen to this stat, Mike.
Sure.
The Blue Devils against Mercer County competition, 14-0 counting the Mercer County tournament game.
Right.
They defeated Notre Dame 55-34 on January 24th. That was their closest CVC game all year, a 21-point victory. That was the closest game they played.
Yeah.
Their 3 losses have come to 3 of the state's top teams. Number 1, St. John Vianney, which is just unstoppable, and state-ranked St. Rose and Rutgers Prep. Ewing average margin of victory in conference play, 39.2 points.
Wow.
That's how much they've won. No one has come close to beating them. Stokes leads the way, 19.5 average. All these girls are they stuff the stat box. Stokes 19.5, 6.5 steals, 6.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists.
Incredible.
She does it all. Tayala DeFosse. She averages 16.5, 7.5 rebounds, 4.5 steals. And Johnson completes their big 3 with a I wrote that wrong. It says 1.5 scoring average. She's got more than that. 8.6 rebounds. They're all juniors. They're all getting looks from Division I programs. They're all going to go Division I. I mean, Mike, is there a way to stop Ewing? I don't know if there is.
I was just going to ask you that. If you're Notre Dame tonight, you mentioned all of that talent for Ewing. You talk about Ryan Stokes, a New Jersey Gatorade Player of the Year watch list player. You talk about Tayana Del Fosse, another one that or Del Foss, excuse me, somebody that can really pour it in bunches. And this Ewing team was just here a year ago, all of them sophomores a year ago, now juniors. It's scary to think that they have one more year all together to run it back.
Man, I was scared last year when they were when they came in as all sophomores, because when they were freshmen, they were very good.
Right.
And let me tell you something. This is a close-knit bunch. They're big stars. They, you know, one of them's older sister, she went off to Pennington to play, and, you know, they go off to TCA and stuff like that. This group came up through the rec leagues, the Ewing Rec and Travel Leagues, and they actually said to each other, they talked about it, and they said, look, if we stay together and go to Ewing, we can do some great things for our school and our town. And they're great kids. They go out and they help at like Christmas time. They go tree decorations and help volunteer and do stuff like that. I mean, these are kids you can really root for. And just the fact that they did all want to stay together and not go to their different preps or whatever and maybe get better looks or whatever. They're getting looks now. I mean, it's amazing. Anyway, I mean, I'm sure James Martinos, the Irish coach, took some notes in that first game, and he'll try to make some adjustments. But the question is, are the Devils going to let him make those adjustments? I mean, Ewing's, they're the defending champ.
Right.
They want to get back-to-back. They probably want to have a three-peat. They're probably thinking three-peat. Notre Dame's looking for their first finals berth since 2016, when, ironically, they did beat Ewing for the championship that year. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, you can, I guess you can try to slow these girls down a little bit. Yeah, you could try and, you know, work your magic, work your half-court offense, try and get that open three, try and get it into the big girl, try and run like 45 seconds off the clock. But I haven't seen Ewing all year. I don't know how they play exactly, but I'm sure they have to be tremendous defensively. And, you know, they might not let you hold that ball. They might just say, hey, we're going after it.
Well, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, Fish, that the Irish, they like to play a little bit more with their size. That might be one of the more even matchups in this one, or maybe even an advantage for the Irish to attack offensively, is if they do find themselves with height mismatches and size mismatches. It could definitely turn out to be beneficial for them on the offensive side. However, there are no slouches over there for Ewing. I mean, again, that junior class is so good. They're better than most senior classes in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a team that's going to contend for a Group 3 title, no doubt about it. And you know, Coach Monfrat, Dan Monferrat, I'm never sure how to say his name. He's Monty to everybody, Monty. He did the right thing, too, because, look, you're only going to get so much competition in the CVC when you're this good. When him to play St. John Vianney and St. Rose and Rutgers Prep, their 3 losses he'd gladly take, because those are powerhouse teams. St. John Vianney's, they beat the #1 team in the nation earlier this year, Long Island Lutheran, and their coach just won her 500th game. So you play that, you're playing the best of the best. St. Rose is right behind, and Rutgers Prep is always phenomenal. So they have good play. You know, they played good competition. They're ready for anything they can come on with. So we got the starting lineups now.
Okay, starting lineups here. First for the Irish of Notre Dame, it'll be Simone Pentinelli, who leads the team in 3 points made on the season. Angelina Banis, the one forward. Jules Lynch, the other forward. Sarah Farnan in the backcourt, along with Elena Ramirez. Led by head coach James Martinos are the Irish. Over 200 career victories for James during his time with the Irish. Shauna Biggs getting introduced, the point guard for this Irish team, along with Tayala Del Foss, Ryan Stokes, Joy Johnson, and Kyla Durham. The 5 for the Ewing Lady Blue Devils. Again, it's Biggs, Del Foss, Stokes, Johnson, and Durham. The starting 5 for the defending Mercer County champions, the Ewing Lady Blue Devils. Alongside Rich Fisher, my name is Mike Warren. Excited to be here with you tonight from Cure Insurance Arena. Game 3 out of 4 here on WBCB. The first 2 absolute thrillers. Third one should be just as good. We'll step aside as we honor America jump ball on the other side. You're watching high school basketball on WBCB.
The Gator, Jerry Blavitt, inviting you to come on by and experience true traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant at 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You're always welcome at the restaurant. I mean, it's like stepping back in time. You feel like you're dining in South Philadelphia or in New York's Little Italy restaurant. You can start the meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. You choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood, steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The restaurant is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private rooms are available for special affairs, plus we do catering. Remember, the Revere Restaurant, 609-882-6365. Again, that's 609-882-6365. Come on home and experience the true taste of Italy at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Starting lineups are set for both of these teams. A rematch from a year ago, the title game from a year ago, now meeting again here in the semifinals. The Irish sporting their Carolina blue jerseys with the white numbers, white lettering, and navy blue trim down the side of the tops. And for Ewing, the white home jerseys with the blue trim, blue numbers, and black bordering of the numbers and letters. It's Del Foss and Bannis at midcourt to jump ball. The ball is up. We are underway. Tip is won by Ewing. It's Joy Johnson. She starts, pulls up, 18-footer. Give it to her. Quick start.
Easy enough. Easy peasy.
Johnson has 2 to start us and some handsy defense. It'll stay with Notre Dame right away. You see Coach Dan Monty's defense getting into that full court press. Inbounds pass. Trapped in the corner, spinning out of it. It's a turnover. Del Foss has it. She'll drive, left hand. Pull it out and reset. High post look for Joy Johnson. Corner, Stokes, lined up for 3. No. Off back rim. Rebound by Del Foss. Second chance. Give it to her.
Ewing looking pretty sharp.
Couple of easy looks early on in the full court press. Right back into it. Bannis gets it. Up ahead, it's Lynch. Lynch had
she had her.
Alley wide open down low, but didn't get it to her.
Well, she had a couple of big arms in her way, too.
With it right side, it's Ramirez. Elena Ramirez, right-hand dribble. Crossing over, penetrating, goes up, it's blocked. And tying her up, it's Sarah Farnan, forces a jump ball. It's going to stay with Notre Dame.
I'm a mess here, Mike. I got papers all over the place. I got papers for 3 different games I'm trying to keep straight.
No worries. Got a lot of ball left, Fish. 4-0 Ewing to start.
I don't want to fall in a hole.
Farnan lost her dribble on the right wing. She needs help. Has it poked out. Gets it back. Inside the Lynch. She goes up. She's blocked by Del Foss.
Well, we talked about their big girls, but that was a nice play inside by Del Foss to negate that height.
Ayala Del Foss making her presence felt early on. This is Biggs dumping it inside. Del Foss met with a triple team, and a foul gets called. It'll stay Blue Devils ball underneath their own basket. Stokes to inbound. Biggs gets it inside, floats it up, short. Ball's volleyed about and brought in by Biggs. Poked away, it'll stay Ewing ball. And they'll have another chance at it. 6:27 to go here in the first quarter. Stokes gets it in. Here's Delphos. Back to Stokes. 1,000-point scorer for the Blue Devils as a junior. And she stepped out of bounds. No, she didn't. It was last touched by Sarah Farnan. It's going to stay with Ewing.
So far, Ewing's got 2 baskets, 2 offensive rebounds, forced a turnover, and blocked a shot.
Farnan marking Delphos. Here's Biggs, right wing. Now into the corner. Met by Diaz. She's trapped. It's loose. Ramirez. Ramirez on Biggs, swinging around Delphos. Now Stokes out near the NBA three-point line. This is Biggs working it around the perimeter. Are the Blue Devils? It's Stokes for 3. No good. Short that time. Pintanali with a rebound up ahead. It's stolen. Stokes with the steal. She averages 6.5 of those a game. She'll drive, put it up with the right. She's fouled.
Ooh.
Almost a chance for one more,
Yep.
but she'll go to the line for 2.
Well, if there's any, concern by Monty about his team, maybe they've won so easily against all these teams, of maybe them looking past the team or maybe being a little lethargic. I'm sure he pointed to that game just before this and said, look what happened to the boys team in our school. They thought they were going to the finals. They got beat, so you better get out there and do the job.
Stokes doesn't have the friendly roll that time on the first attempt. It won't go. Her second shot will. Her first points of the night. 5-0 Ewing. Inbounds pass to Jules Lynch. Trapped around midcourt. Up ahead, it's Banis. Ball still loose. Bodies at the floor. Pintanali. Moving around. Here's Pintanali. Wing. It's Lynch. Down low to Banis. Beautiful high-low look. She can't cash in. Delphos with handsy defense. Farnan tying her up. It's a jump ball, and it's going to go with Ewing.
Yeah, we saw Delphos block one shot, and she played the intimidator right there. She came over with that big hand up. She's not what you would call muscular. She's pretty thin, but she's got enough length there to.
Right. Uses the length to her advantage.
Yeah,
tremendous wingspan.
Yes.
She puts it on the floor, kicks it to Ryan Stokes. Inside, it's Joy Johnson. Free throw line jumper, no good. Brought in, this time by Sarah Farnan. She'll reset. Here's Farnan. Up ahead pass to Lynch. Jules Lynch with a dribble, picks it up. Elena Ramirez kicks. Banis puts it on the floor. Right elbow, jumper short. It's loose. Last touch by the Irish. It'll go back with Ewing. So Notre Dame really struggling to find offense to start, but give credit where it's due. This Ewing defense has done their job keeping them to a minimal in terms of high percentage looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Corner 3 on the way from Delphos, front rim and out. Still loose. Biggs has it. Ewing hitting the offensive glass to start. Stokes, crossover, pull up short. Johnson second chance, muscling it up.
Oh.
No, still loose. Banis hauls it in for the Irish. Here they come. They don't have numbers. Doesn't matter to Banis. She's going to drive. It's stolen by Stokes. Handsy defense by Ryan Stokes. She turns it right back over. Ramirez can't cash in. Pintanali step back. A 3. No. Still loose. Farnan, third chance. Up with it. She's fouled. Irish with a chance at their first points as Sarah Farnan's going to head to the charity stripe.
No, they could use them. Big goose egg up there with almost 4 minutes gone.
Coach James Martinos slowly pacing up and down the sideline, talking to his bench a little bit. Farnan can't get the first. Irish still held scoreless.
Yeah, Notre Dame just having shooting issues right now.
And Farnan splits that time at the stripe. 5-1. Notre Dame is on the board. It's a 2-possession game. Stokes up ahead. Here's Biggs. Well beyond the arc, right side. Now Johnson. She's looking at the rim, thinking about a 3, puts it on the floor. Biggs, opposite. Stokes, baseline wide open, and cashing in for 2 that time is number 42. That's Kyla Durham, the freshman.
They're good enough. You can't leave girls just standing under the basket unguarded.
Joy Johnson forcing a tie-up off the inbound. She deflected it, got it back. Her and Farnan tie up. Inbounds again for Notre Dame. They'll keep possession. Next time it will go with Ewing. Bentonali gets it in from Farnan. Back to Farnan up ahead. And it's stolen. Lynch couldn't handle it. Numbers for the Blue Devils. Stokes pull up. Drills it. Ryan Stokes with 3 in the first. Inbounds pass. Up ahead. Ramirez. Has it stolen. Del Foss. Tight roping the sideline. Kick out. It's Biggs looking for a post entry to Johnson with 2 on her. She fades away. It won't go. Ball's batted out. Blue Devils somehow get it back. A Del Foss 3 on the way. It's good. Tayala Del Foss with a huge triple. It's all Blue Devils to start. 12-1 Ewing. And James Martinos needs to talk some things over with his Notre Dame Irish squad.
Yeah, they got to relax a little bit. They're making some turnovers. Like you said, Ewing is, forcing them a little bit, but they're committing turnovers and they're just not shooting well, and they just don't look like they're in it right now. And Ewing's just, we said they would like to set up a slow half-court offense, get those 2 girls open for some threes and maybe get it inside, but they haven't even been able to get a nice half-court offense going. So, go ahead, Mike, you read that.
Thanks, Fish. Jammer Doors and Windows is a 4th-generation family-owned and operated business since 1920 with showrooms in Lawrenceville and Yardley. Jammer provides sales, service, and installation of garage doors and openers, featuring Rainer garage doors, both steel and aluminum. Rainer garage doors are crafted for durability. Jammer also has entry doors, patio doors, storm doors, and windows, and they do their own work and installation using no subcontractors. Visit their showroom at 2850 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. Yardley showroom open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. Jammer Doors and Windows, 101 years of quality and commitment and an A+, Better Business Bureau rating.
Gotta thank my friend the Flash coming through with his last Menalyptus that he found in his bag. God only knows how old this thing is, but I don't care. Beggars can't be choosers.
That's right. When times are tough, anything will work.
That's right.
As Fish gets a lozenge, we resume action here.
Oh my, this has a wild taste to it.
Oh man. I'm sure the viewers at home are enjoying you.
Smacking away.
Yeah, smacking away for sure. Here's Jules Lynch on the pull-up hard off back iron. Irish with a second chance. Ramirez kicking. Diaz first shot of the game won't go. Isabella Diaz into the game for the first time tonight for Notre Dame. This is Jules Lynch picking up her dribble. She's in trouble inside to Banis. Posting up on Johnson down low. Trying to find Diaz. Irish going with a lot of size here. Doesn't pay off. Ryan Stokes, head full of steam, into the lane. The right hand, no. Del Foss with a board amongst the trees. She brings it in, and she's tied up. It's going to stay Ewing basketball.
That was an interesting shot by Stokes. She just kind of flipped it up there.
Seems like their timing of steps might have been a bit off that time. Inbounds pass to Del Foss, an essential alley-oop that time with the lay-in for Del Foss.
Well, Del Foss is making her presence felt.
She's got 7 of their 14. Ramirez up ahead. It's Pintanali into the corner. This is Lynch. High-low to Banis. She has it stripped. Stokes again. Ewing with it. Front court. Stokes will pull out and reset. Cross to Biggs. She's looking inside. Back to Stokes. Corner. Del Foss lets it fly from the corner. No. Rebound by Biggs. Ewing everywhere on the offensive glass. The Stokes floater will go. 15-point advantage for Ewing.
Let me tell you something. Biggs is pesky. She just seems to be where the ball is. She gets loose balls on rebounds, gets rebounds. She is a pest in there.
Jules Lynch will come out. Anna Primerano comes in. Ramirez.
She's only averaging 2.8 points a game, but she seems to be everywhere keeping possessions for the Blue Devils.
Corner look. It's Primerano on the way. It was deflected. Rebound brought in by Stokes. Pass up ahead. Durham all alone. The right hand. It's short. Rebound by Diaz. Gets it up ahead. Ramirez. Batted out by Stokes. Another steal. Her third already. She'll go into the lane. Through contact. It won't go. Rebound by Diaz. Up ahead to Primerano. And she'll give it to Ramirez to reset. Irish with just 1 point in the quarter. coming at the charity stripe from Sarah Farnan. Ramirez takes it right side. Doesn't use the screen. High-low to Diaz. Tied up. It's stripped. Ewing gets it back. This defense is shut down.
8 turnovers for the Irish.
Unbelievable defensive effort from Ewing to this point.
I don't know if it's unbelievable or just average what they do, you know?
That's fair.
I mean, when you look at the numbers that they put up, the defensive numbers, teams have scored like 20 points in a game against them.
Wonder if they've ever held them to 1 point in a quarter. That time Biggs tags along for some fun as she hits a 12-foot Jimmy. Her first 2 of the night.
Yeah, Biggs getting in the act.
Bentonale gets 2 high screens, goes left side, lets it fly, a healthy triple, short. Ball's loose, bodies to the floor. Primerano fighting for it with Durham. It's a jump ball, and it's going to stay with Notre Dame according to the possession arrow. It looks like Megan Connolly, the sophomore, getting ready to check into this one. She'll give Ramirez a breather. 6.3 to go first quarter. Irish still in search of their first field goal tonight.
Yeah, not only are the Irish missing, they're missing bad. They haven't even been like on target or anything.
Bentonale can't get free in the corner. Pass stolen by Durham. Final seconds. 1 second. No, she won't get it off. Didn't see how much time was on the clock that time to Kyla Durham. But a 17-point advantage will do for the time being for Ewing. 18-1. After 1 quarter of play, we'll step aside. Quarter number 2 coming up next here on WBCB. Don't go anywhere.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Here are 3 exceptional dining spots. PJ's Pancake House, bringing you the best pancakes since 1962, along with great burgers and sandwiches. More than just breakfast, PJ's Pancake House, with 4 locations in Mercer County. In Princeton, visit More Than Q Barbecue, offering savory barbecue fusion dishes in homemade sauces. And when in Lambertville, visit Tavola Rustica for classic Italian dishes like pasta, veal, chicken, and their famous pizza. All 3 great restaurants are good.
Back here at Cure Insurance Arena, Mike Warren alongside Rich Fisher. And Rich, Ewing about par for the course defensively, as you mentioned earlier, just defense into offense, making this a full 94-foot affair.
Yep, and they've missed a few layups, too.
Right, yeah, they still have some things to clean up on their own end. All that being said, a 17-point advantage after 1 quarter of play. You got to think Coach Dan Monte's got to be pretty happy with that.
When you hold a team without a basket for a quarter, coaches love that.
Ewing looking to go back to the Mercer County Tournament Championship, the reigning champs. They want a date with the Heightstown Lady Rams. Connolly brings in the floorboard. Irish have it. Still looking for their first field goal. Corner, entry, drive, crossover, floated up. No good. Rebound in by Joy Johnson. The attempt that time from Caroline Foley. Foul gets called. It'll stay with Notre Dame on the baseline. Diaz to inbound. Isabella Diaz looking for Banis. It's stolen by Biggs. Miscue that time between Diaz and Banis. Biggs with a jab step. Patiently scanning the floor. Brian Stokes. Del Foss well beyond the NBA three-point line. Puts it on the floor. Opposite pass to Biggs. Now Stokes, she'll let it fly from 3. No, it's loose, brought in by Primerano. Here's Anna Primerano up ahead. Diaz into the corner, Connolly. Connolly thought about it, swinging it to Foley. Diaz, opposite pass, Primerano. Connolly, a healthy 3. No, rebound by Diaz, and she turns garbage into gold.
Yeah, well, first bucket, 6:38 to go in the second quarter.
A much-needed one at that, to say the least, for Notre Dame. Del Foss in the middle pulls up and won't get the shooter's roll. Tough rebound inside that time, and a foul is called against the Irish. Big-time rebound from Malaya Miller, the sophomore. And I believe she'll go to the line for 2. She will.
These guys are emptying the bench here. Notre Dame's played a bunch of people already.
Miller won't get the first one. Connolly, Foley, Banis, Primerano, and Diaz, the 5 for the Irish on the floor right now. Can't get the second either that time, but the Ewing Blue Devils pulling another offensive rebound. Out hustling Notre Dame to this point are the Blue Devils. Stokes into the corner, it's Del Foss. Low block stolen by Banis. Up ahead pass stolen by Stokes now.
Oh, man.
Into the lane, right hand, count it. Ryan Stokes, the Gatorade State Player of the Year watch list player, getting 2 that time and continuing her hot stretch. Corner, Primerano, a triple. No. Rebound by Diaz. Back to Primerano. She'll drive, and she's fouled. Looked like Stokes might have had her 5th steal already. You mentioned she averages just under 7 a night. She's got 4 already, I believe, Fish.
Yeah, you're right. I'll tell you what, they just cannot get a jumper to fall right now.
And you know things aren't going to get easy for them on the inside. You mentioned Del Foss with the length. Joy Johnson, one of the tougher post defenders in the state. I mean, if you're the Irish, you're definitely in desperation mode, but can't allow the missed jump shots to discourage you. It seems like that's going to be the only way you're going to get back into this one is the 3-point shot.
Yep.
Primerano can't get the second to go. She splits that time at the line. Del Foss left wing. She'll step in. Met with a double team. Opposite pass. Biggs. Long 2 on the way. No. Rebound. Brought in. Miller. No. Del Fosse again blocked. Primerano trying to throw it off of a defender. Bats it out. Ewing gets it back. It's Johnson. Now Primerano with a steal. Here comes Connolly. No numbers. Doesn't matter. Goes right into Stokes. She just takes it right away from her. Steal number 5. Stokes. Bounce pass. Kicked around. Whistles are silent. Banis with a steal. Connolly again. This time going at Miller. She'll go up and she's fouled. And takes a hard hit into the stanchion of the basket there.
Big hard hit.
Seems to be okay.
Well, give her credit. She came down, got the ball stolen. She got it again and came right back and said, you're not stopping me.
Megan Connolly, the sophomore, at the charity stripe here. Irish down by 16, 5:01 to go here in the second.
I'll tell you, Ewing's kind of killing themselves. They're getting a lot of steals that they're not converting. I mean, that sounds funny. They're up 20-4. I'm saying they're killing themselves, but you know, they could really have some major separation if they could have, converted some of these turnovers into points.
Connolly can't get the first one to fall. And this is a very similar style of play in terms of last year's meeting in the championship as well. Notre Dame started slow, really picked it up in the second half, and it was a balanced scoring attack. They really used every active player that game, for the most part, had points that played. Irish end up falling short in the championship by 5. Inside look to Biggs, high post, stolen by Primerano. Irish have it. Under 5 to go first half, down by 15.
You've been getting a little careless with the ball.
Foley, right wing, down low to Lynch. She'll go to work, puts it up, right side, it won't go. Batted about, Diaz battling. Stokes comes up with it, and a foul is called.
Stokes has been tremendous since she's coming in. That's her 5th rebound.
She really does fill the stat sheet. You mentioned just under 20 points per game.
When I say Stokes, I'm sorry, I meant Diaz. Diaz. Since Diaz came into the game for Notre Dame, she's at least provided a presence on the boards for him. Stokes we know about.
Sure. Yeah, that's the one thing we talked about a little bit off the air, is that Notre Dame does have some size And I thought they were going to try and start 3 forwards tonight. Turns out they let Diaz come off the bench.
Right.
3 guard rotation look for them to start this one. Pintinelli still on the bench, the leading scorer for Notre Dame. Stokes, top of the key, steps in, charity stripe floater, deads off the back of the rim and goes in.
Good way of putting it.
4 in the quarter, 9 on the night for Stokes. Advantage back to 17 now. Ball's loose, Diaz gets it back, here's Foley. Entry pass, inside, it's Lynch. Right hand, won't go.
Man.
They can't buy a bucket inside.
No, they cannot.
Delfoss with a board. Tayala Delfoss into the corner. Stokes into 2 Irish defenders. She's blocked. It'll stay Ewing ball. Here comes Simone Pintinelli back into the game for Notre Dame. Entry pass to Joy Johnson. Puts it on the floor, goes up, had it stripped. Lynch has it. Here she comes into the front court. Keeps her dribble alive. Now picks it up, needs help. Pintinelli goes to her. Biggs on her. Here's Pintinelli dribbling through the legs, crossing over. Left side, corner, Diaz. Down low to Lynch, stolen by Delfoss. Another steal for this Ewing defense. Here she comes. Tayala Delfoss into the lane, and the right-handed floater is true. The big 3 tonight for Ewing, getting the job done. Another steal, Durham. Blue Devils resetting here, up by 19. Largest lead of the night continues to grow. Biggs, a long 2, no. Short, Durham, she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2. And a technical foul gets called.
Wow, I knew.
They get 42 for the technical foul call, and Jules Lynch, or no, 42 for the personal foul call, and Jules Lynch for the technical. So that is Isabella Diaz getting tabbed for the personal, Lynch with the technical. And that was a pretty quick tee. You have to wonder what Lynch might have said to draw that. Typically, the refs let it go, especially with the verbal words between players and refs. They'll usually let the first couple ones go, but I mean, maybe Lynch has been saying things up and down the court we haven't seen, but that time, that was a quick technical for a player, really. Durham can't hit the second one.
Ewing 1 for 6 from the line.
Stokes will shoot the technical free throws. Drains the first. Second is good too. 11 points for Ryan Stokes. Jules Lynch hits the bench for a little while. So does Isabella Diaz. Bannis comes back in. 2:30 to go. Second quarter. Biggs, corner. Look for Johnson. Puts it on the floor. Splits 2. Puts it up. No. Second chance from Durham. Yes. Durham's got 4.
Not much to say, Mike.
A 23-point advantage for Ewing. A corner 3 from Foley. No. Primerano had it for a second. It'll go out of bounds. Is that one catching her in the nose a little bit there? Really no answers for Notre Dame to this point.
No.
Biggs, 3 on the way. Give it to her. Yeah. Sean A. Biggs with a huge triple.
Well,
and Anna Primerano is going to have to head over to the bench as she's going to need some medical attention. James Martinez was imploring that a foul should be called against Ewing for throwing an elbow. Nonetheless, whistle stays silent, and it's a 26-point advantage now for the Blue Devils. Pintanali. Blue Devils all over her. She needs help.
Yeah.
Here's Foley. Driving, forcing it, and it's blocked. Durham, the freshman, says no.
I've lost track of blocks. Blocks and steals.
Yep, I was just about to say, Fish, blocks, steals, you name it. Ewing is executing on the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah.
Making life awfully difficult. Another steal for Stokes. Give her 6. Here she comes into the right wing corner. Keeps the dribble alive. Down low to Del Foss. Her right hand is good as she flexes on Angelina Banis. Ewing running away with it. It's 28-point advantage on the scoreboard.
Notre Dame with just one basket in 15 minutes.
Doesn't get any tougher than that for Notre Dame. Connolly can't handle the pass. It's a turnover. Ewing ball. 1:08 to go here in the first. Ewing Blue Devils putting this one away early. As we near the minute mark here in the first quarter, desperation time continuing to set in for Notre Dame.
You don't see a comeback in the offing there, Mike?
Oh, it'll be absolutely a
the biggest comeback in sports history.
Oh, yeah. It's, 28 points. We saw it a 28-point comeback before, or it was a 25-point comeback, I should say. It was the Super Bowl with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But 28 points.
Yeah.
That is a new level, especially in basketball. The three-point shot you can never discount. Any type of a comeback effort, especially the modern game today, spacing, shooting, driving a lot of offenses in today's game. But Ewing's defense has been so extensive.
That's the thing.
There's no clean looks for Notre Dame from beyond the arc. None.
That's why. Look, it'd be one thing if Notre Dame was like, if we were saying, the Irish are getting the looks, they're just not falling. They're not. They're not getting the looks. They're not. These shots are very errant. And and that's just this team plays defense so well. It's
Stokes' triple on the way. You betcha. Ryan Stokes. 9 in the quarter.
Well, now 31, wasn't that what the Vikings were behind when they were playing, what was it, the Falcons this year?
I believe so. Stokes with another steal. Here she comes, transition. Thought about a pull-up, goes in, she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 more. $14 points, looking for points 15 and 16 at the stripe. Ryan Stokes, Gatorade Player of the Year watch list. CVC Player of the Year a season ago. NJ.com players to watch for the preseason. You name the accolades. She's just about got all of them under her belt.
Oh, yeah.
And only a junior.
Yeah. You don't often see a sophomore get the Player of the Year because they like to get, they want to give it to different people each year. But with her, it's almost impossible.
Stokes with 15 first half points. Banis forcing the issue. That won't go. She fights for it back and earns a steal inside. This is Ramirez. Good.
Well, that was good hustle to get that bucket. Nice to see that they're still playing hard.
Second field goal. Full court press from the Irish. Biggs up ahead. Johnson all alone. The right hand, yes. Joy Johnson has 4. Final seconds here of the first half. Half court shot. It's good if it goes off the rim. Just missing that time.
That would have been cool.
Was Connolly. Yes, it would have, and maybe would have helped with some momentum going into the half, but it's been all Ewing to this point. A 33-point advantage at the half. I don't think I know a coach who wouldn't take that at halftime. 40-7 the score for Ewing. We'll step aside, tally up the numbers. Second half on the other side. You're watching the Mercer County Tournament on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey.
This is Angelo Weiner for your Mercer County prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or at teamtoyota.net.
The Gator, Jerry Blavitt, inviting you to come on by and experience true traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant at 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You're always welcome at the restaurant. I mean, it's like stepping back in time. You feel like you're dining in South Philadelphia or in New York's Little Italy restaurant. You can start the meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. You choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood, steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The restaurant is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private rooms are available for special affairs, plus we do catering. Remember, the Revere Restaurant, 609-882-6365. Again, that's 609-882-6365. Come on home and experience the true taste of Italy at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Here are 3 exceptional dining spots. PJ's Pancake House, bringing you the best pancakes since 1962, along with great burgers and sandwiches. More than just breakfast, PJ's Pancake House with 4 locations in Mercer County. In Princeton, visit More Than Q Barbecue, offering savory barbecue fusion dishes and homemade sauces. And when in Lambertville, visit Tavola Rustica for classic Italian dishes like pasta, veal, chicken, and their famous pizza. All three great restaurants are good. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
A rematch from last year's finals, awfully one-sided to this point, as Ewing dominating over Notre Dame 40-7. And don't forget, fans, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian. So pass things over now to my color man and the Hall of Fame journalist, Rich Fisher.
Caught me in the middle of my apple.
Oh, good. You know what they say, an apple a day.
Yeah, I know. I don't see the doctor yet.
Fish, what do you got for the first half numbers?
Well, it won't take long to do Notre Dame. Sarah Farnham with a point. Elenia Ramirez with 2 points. Diaz with 2 points. Primerano, 1 point. And Meredith Connolly with 1 point. Can't read my own writing here. The Irish shooting just 2 for 11 and 3 for 6 from the field, or from the foul line. Thanks, Mike. 2 for 11. They only got 11 field goal attempts in that first half. Ewing had 19 in the first quarter. But that's what happens when you have 16 turnovers in a half. All right, for Ewing, Ryan Stokes with 16. Tayala DeFelice with 11. Joy Johnson with 4. Kyla Durham with 4. And Shawnee Biggs with 5. The Devils shooting 16 for 33, not bad. 5 for 8 from the foul line. Ewing is out-rebounding them 15-10. And Ewing has just committed 5 turnovers. So, you know, it's the turnovers have been brutal for these guys. And they're just, and when they do get shots off, they haven't been good high percentage shots. Look, the only thing, if you're Notre Dame, here's what you got to think. You got to think, we're going to be in the non-public A tournament. St. John Vianney's in there, Red Bank Catholic, some great, great teams. You're going to play some, I mean, it's like what's the word? You know, a buzzsaw or whatever. It's just hard. It's a hard bracket.
It's a gauntlet.
The gauntlet. Yeah, this is a way to prepare for that. Just look at this as having scheduling one of those hard out of conference games to get prepared for the postseason. Unfortunately, this is the postseason. But if you're Notre Dame, I mean, I'm sorry, Notre Dame fans, you're looking ahead to the state tournament at this point. So see what you can do against really good competition. See, try some things. Just, don't just chuck it and say, well, the game's over, we're not going to do it.
Right.
See what you can do. See what you can do against a good team.
You think that's what Coach Martinez was pretty much saying to his team during the half?
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't saying just go out there and give up.
We would sure hope not. Whole lot of ball left, a whole half to play. All Ewing to this point. Both teams with their starting 5 out there to start quarter number 3 here from Cure Insurance Arena, game 3 out of 4 here on the WBCB Sports Network. Trenton boys and Hamilton West to follow the final semifinal game of today. Shawnee Biggs, left side to Stokes. Farnan on her, now Delfoss, she'll take it baseline left side. Opposite. Here's Stokes. Ewing. More than content taking some time off the clock here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Biggs inside, Delfoss, high post extended. She'll turn around, short. Rebound, Hughes goes up, no. Second chance, yes. Excuse me, that's Durham.
Yeah, Durham with a couple of rebounds there.
Kyla Durham to the charity stripe. She's got 4, looking for points 5 and 6 here. And looking to continue expanding the lead for the Blue Devils. Get on the first.
Well, that's the other thing. You know, Monty's telling them he doesn't want them to just come out here and lay down. You don't want to develop bad habits knowing you got to come back in 24 hours and play a championship game.
Delfoss fights for it and earns a second chance opportunity for Ewing. Swing pass into the corner. Durham's pull up. Rims in.
Well,
Durham has 7 now. 36-point lead for Ewing. Lynch picks up her dribble. Ramirez puts it on the floor. The drive from the sophomore blocked inside by Delfoss. Second chance from Banis won't go. Durham with a strong rebound. Fighting through contact, and a foul gets called. They're going to get Angelina Banis for this one.
sorry, Mike, I'm trying to chew my apple off the air.
I appreciate that, Fish.
Yes, but that was just another force, another errant shot. Just not getting good looks.
Here's Biggs, left wing. Wants a screen from Durham and gets it. Now Stokes, cutting, middle. Down low to Johnson, can't handle the entry pass, but it will stay Ewing ball.
I'm sure Jenna Marcus, the Heightstown coach, is watching this and just saying,
Delfoss, wide open three, buries it.
Although Heightstown's already played these guys too, so they know.
Tayala Delfoss, she's got 14, her first points of the second half on that triple. Ramirez gets a screen from Banis, penetrates, puts it up, nothing. Loose, Stokes with the board. Head up, pass to Delfoss, the run out, the right hand, yes. 5 in short order for Delfoss, give her 16. Ewing pouring it on here. Farnan inside. Lynch steps out, thought about a jumper. She's in need of help. Banis now, low block. Post moves galore, down to Farnan on the cut. Count the basket and the foul.
There you go.
Sarah Farnan a chance for one more at the charity stripe.
You know, Notre Dame's just looking for anything that they can just be happy with, so, you know, take some pride in. A three-point play here, you know, it's something. And got it.
Farnan swishes the and one opportunity.
Quite nicely, in fact.
Irish into double digits now. Here's Durham. Going inside, losing the ball, and they're going to give it back to Ewing. Seemed like Durham just lost her dribble when it went out of bounds, but according to the baseline official, last touch by Notre Dame somehow. Not what we saw up here. Stokes, healthy triple, no. Rebound by Pintinelli. Simone Pintinelli, the leading scorer for the Irish. Still scoreless.
They've done a great job on her. She's only gotten 2 shots, both in the first quarter.
Forcing one here, short. Durham with a board. Here comes Stokes. Stokes taking her time. Toying with Farnan. Knocking her to the ground, and a block by Banis. Stolen by Biggs. Stokes to Biggs. Back to Stokes. Here's Biggs. 16-footer. Yes.
Could she have been more wide open?
No.
Thank you.
7 points for Biggs. 40-point advantage for Ewing. You mentioned the regular season meeting, the closest game of the year in terms of a winning result for Ewing.
Well, not in terms of a winning result, but in CVC play.
CVC play.
They had a 2-point win over, I forget who it was, maybe Rumsen or somebody. I forget. It was a non-conference win.
Okay.
That was like 48-46. So they've been tested, but not in the CVC.
Farnan back to the stripe. Good first. Someone's looking for Denise.
Yeah, she is. I'm not sure where Denise is.
Me neither. I don't know
Denise,
Denise.
if you're watching us and you're walking around the building.
Yeah, someone's
come
looking
on
for you,
over.
Denise.
Somebody's looking for you.
Travel called on Joy Johnson. Irish will get it back. Distance of the court to go. And what do you know? Ewing in that full court press. Doesn't matter how much of an advantage they have.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Irish under their own basket. In the half court. Farnan working it around, corner, Banis. She'll drive baseline, spin move on Delphos. Ramirez, step back, 18-footers, too strong. Jules Lynch, blocked by Delphos. Third chance, and Lynch is fouled. Jules Lynch, her chance, first chance at points here tonight, coming at the charity stripe.
I like Notre Dame. They're still battling. They're not, they're trying to hit the boards.
Still running their sets, too. They're not really shying away from their identity offensively. It's just been an awfully difficult night with the intensity that this Ewing Blue Devils defense comes with.
Oh, yeah.
Lynch can't get the first.
I mean, no matter what, always play hard. You can be getting killed by a zillion points, just play hard all the time. Because if you stop playing hard in a blowout, you'll stop playing hard in a medium range game where playing hard could get something done.
Lynch can't get either to fall that time. Irish still down by 39. Stokes into the front court, right side, it's Delphos. Baseline drive, puts it up with the right and in.
Yeah, she's good.
That she is, Fish. Give her 7 in the quarter, 18 on the night. Lynch, low post look, the right hand off the glass for 2. Jules Lynch gets on the board. Full court press by the Irish. Stokes to Delphos, up ahead to Biggs, cross court to Durham. And that's just about how you draw up a press break from a coaching standpoint. Inside Durham, elbow jumper, yes. It's fun to watch this Ewing offense.
Yeah.
The execution rate at an all-time high tonight.
I don't know. They've got 90 in some games this year.
Wow.
I think they've been executing pretty good.
No, yeah, I said it's at an all-time high. Execution rate at an all-time high. I would say, right? You think it's not high enough or not to the fullest extent?
I thought you meant like the greatest execution of the season or something.
Oh, no.
No,
but it's,
yeah, they're
just about as much as you could pour it on in bunches. Ewing is doing it.
Yeah, they're a machine.
I mean, without the three-point shot for the most part, too. They've hit a couple, but that's not their only look tonight. They're really – the best look on the floor is the one they've gotten just about every time down the floor.
It's going to be fun to watch them in the States.
It'll be fun to cover them. We'll have all that action here on WBCB. Hopefully both Ewing Blue Devil teams throughout the state tournament. It's that time, Lynch getting inside and finishing again for 2 more. Biggs right wing. Delphos to Stokes. Jab step. A healthy 3 on the way. Why not?
They're not missing.
Her first points of the second half, Ryan Stokes. She's got 19. Her and Delphos going back and forth for leading scorer.
7 for 10 this quarter for Ewing.
Inside to Banis, low block, back out to Lynch. She'll pull it out for a reset. Picks up her dribble in need of help. Inside to Farnan, keeping her pivot foot. Puts it on the floor. Goes up. No. Delphos has it poked out. And it's going to stay with Notre Dame.
Yeah, lost it there.
Getting some action here for Ewing. It's C.C. Brown Upshur, the freshman. Lynch inbounding, gets it in. Farnan thought about a triple. Works in, now out to Lynch. Under 2 to go in the third. Lynch, right wing, inside, DeBanis muscling it up, too strong. Ball's loose, Ramirez hits the floor, Body's fighting for it, and it looks like it's a jump ball. It's going to stay Notre Dame according to the possession arrow at the scores table.
Yeah, the freshman coming in. Hopefully we'll see the reserves come trickling in now.
Who has the car inventory in Mercer and Bucks counties? The all-new Hyundai of Trenton has cars priced from $2,000 to $200,000 and everything in between. All the new Hyundai models, pre-owned cars and SUVs from BMW, Audi, Cadillac, Ford, Chevy, and other models. Hyundai of Trenton has the inventory ready for immediate delivery. Hyundai of Trenton, the area's newest auto dealer, has the cars in stock at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Irish with a big turnover, Jules Lynch on the run out, and that's about as easy of a 2 as the Irish have gotten here tonight. 6 in the quarter for Jules Lynch, 6 on the night for her, and a foul gets called against the Irish here with their full court press being instilled, and seeing now slowly but surely the faithful from the high starting to pile in. Hamilton West faithful as well, as the primetime matchup on WBCB coming up next between the Tornadoes of Trenton Central High School and the Hornets of Hamilton West. Keith Noonan, Rich Fisher on the call for that one. Looking forward to that one as well.
If that comes down to the same way that regular season game came down.
What a game that was. I'll tell you what, Haas Cannon coming off of an outstanding performance against Robbinsville. He finished with 25 points and the most tenacious dunk I've ever seen in a high school game.
Oh, yeah?
Just a complete poster, Fish. He went up on the baseline and jumped right over Dylan Galizio of Robbinsville to dunk it home. It was remarkable.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
He truly has. A chip on his shoulder of late.
Well, he's learned to play with these guys more and more as the season's going along. So I'm anxious to see. I mean, let's see what Trenton learned from that last game, a 34-30 win. Not a person I met didn't think that was the halftime score when tweeted out the final.
Foul gets called that time against, I think that was against Notre Dame, but I thought I saw the ref say 13 was the foul. There wasn't a 13 on the floor for the Irish.
Yeah.
Unless he was holding up number 4.
Not sure it matters at this point, buddy.
I don't think it does. Sean A. Biggs.
That was a great game, that Robbinsville Howland. Yeah, I watched the end of that. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Some confusion at the end of that one, too. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I could tell.
The one ref put his hand up and did the waving circle for a review, which there is no review at the high school level. We don't have that technology.
Right.
And I didn't get to talk to Connor Hayes afterwards because the ref went up to Connor Hayes, but his body language, as the half-court shot just hits front rim there from Ryan Stokes. 3 quarters of play. It's been all Ewing, 57-19. We'll take a quick break. Fourth quarter coverage coming up next here on WBCB. Don't go anywhere. Mercer County Tournament. Whole lot of fun here from Cure Insurance Arena.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Well, unless a miracle happens here from Cure Insurance Arena, it looks like it'll be the number 1 and number 2 seeds facing off for the girls bracket in the championship tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Myself and Rich Fisher will be back for that one, as Ewing just 8 minutes away from going back to the Mercer County Tournament Finals. 2 years in a row after a 30-year drought for the Ewing Blue Devils. Coach Dan Monty of the Blue Devils, a man who wears many hats in terms of coaching at Ewing High School, a part of the track team coaching staff, the cross-country coaching staff as well, and just establishing a great culture here with the Ewing girls basketball program. They've really, these last handful of years, have just been so fun and impressive to watch.
Yeah, Monty does it all. Big track guy.
Steal that time from Stokes, up ahead. It's Upshur in transition, the right hand, too strong. Rebound brought in. And that time with the finish for Ewing, a nice play. That was number 33, Taylor Williams, the freshman, getting some valuable Mercer County tournament minutes here. Ryan Stokes still into the game, Del Foss as well. So is Biggs. She's left alone, steps in, it's a long two, rims out.
Well, I've quit keeping stats, Mike.
Foley with a rebound. A three on the way from Connolly, no. Brought in, it's Williams. Stokes will bring it up. Well, for Notre Dame, this might be one of those games where you throw away the proverbial tape and just remember what kind of a team you were before this game.
Right.
You know, you're facing one of the top teams in the state.
Right.
And they've played, as you mentioned, Fish, just about every single team with a ranking next to their name, as tight as you can play them. Their loss is all coming to very credible opponents.
Right.
With a large pedigree behind them. You mentioned Rutgers Prep. I mean, defeating St. Rose, defeating the #1 team in the country at one point this year.
Well, they didn't defeat them. They played them.
Oh, played them,
That's
sorry.
their 3 losses. St. John Vianney, St. Rose, and Rutgers Prep. Nobody's beaten St. John Vianney.
A true powerhouse.
Nobody
in the state
will.
of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Stokes thought about it. Steps in and resets. Just about 6 minutes to go in this one. Healthy three from Stokes. Yep.
Boom.
Why not, right?
So smooth.
Give her 22. And Ryan Stokes showing us here why she's a Gatorade Player of the Year nominee.
Yeah. All 3 of them showing why they're Division I prospects.
Right. Foley earns a trip to the line that time.
I mean, listen to this. Del Foss. D1 offers from Massachusetts, Monmouth, St. John's, Quinnipiac, Stony Brook, Ryder, and Delaware. Lately getting interest from the Power 5 schools.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
According to Monty.
Yep.
Stokes offers from St. Joe's, FDU, Lehigh, UMass, Monmouth, Northeastern, Stony Brook, Ryder. If you're wondering why they're not getting the higher one, I think their size has a little bit to do with it.
It might.
You know,
it might, but when you see somebody like Del Foss, so versatile, you got to think, I mean, one more season that she's put together the past 2 years, it wouldn't be surprising if a call from Coach Ariema is on the line in terms of an offer in that regard. I mean,
I don't know about that.
She's impressive, a junior USA candidate.
Well, she'd have to hit the weight room. I mean, she's really got to put on some muscle.
Sure.
That's one thing. But yeah, you're right about that. There is a whole season to go.
I mean, you look at a similar player in terms of on the boys team for Ewing. Darnell Forrest, he looks completely different from a body standpoint. Last year, a little bit skinnier. This year, he put the work in the offseason. You can see, put some muscle on him, a much bigger frame. Who knows? Del Foss has an offseason like Darnell Forrest does. She might end up with that Division I type of strength and true Power 5 Division I type of strength that you're talking about.
That would put her in the mix then, you know.
Sure.
Right now, way too thin. You know, you would just get bounced around playing at the upper D1 level, Power 5 level.
The talent absolutely there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question about that. She can do just about anything 1 through 5 on the offensive side and then guard those positions as well. Here's Biggs in the corner being hounded by Bannis. Biggs inside the Johnson. 12-foot pull-up. Rolls all around the rim and in. It's been a fairly quiet night for Joy Johnson. She's only got 6 so far, but a real valuable piece of this team as well. A first-team All-CVC member a season ago. Lynch traveled. Back it'll go with Ewing. Well, Fish, what are you expecting from the heavyweight matchup coming up next between the Tornadoes and the Hornets of Hamilton High? A very highly touted matchup. You mentioned that earlier regular season meeting between the two teams, and a couple of calls down the stretch really deciding that one, or really emotions riding high in that game. And
yeah,
I mean, just a crazy up and down game that was. Hamilton West gave Trenton their best look of the season, one of the best looks of the season they've gotten.
Yeah, that's right. And then Hamilton beat Trenton or Ewing the very next game. That was a huge week for West. But what do I expect? I expect to see Ewing or Hamilton try to do the exact same thing, control the tempo, get a half-court offense going, don't protect the ball, all those things. They're going to have to play a perfect game, because which they almost did against them the first time. But let me tell you something, Trenton seems to be playing better and better. They got a big win over St. Thomas Aquinas a little bit ago. They struggled in that first game. Another bucket.
Biggs gets a 2 that time.
Yeah, they struggled a little early against PDS in their first round game, but I think they were just coming off the high of that St. Thomas Aquinas win.
Sure.
They were 19-2 when they knocked them off.
Seeing a familiar face on St. Thomas Aquinas, Deuce Jones, with one of the top-ranked teams in the state, transferring from Trenton Catholic Preparatory Academy to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Not only that, a former Notre Dame coach, the head coach up there, Bob Turco.
Yep.
So a couple of connections up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Turco was at Notre Dame during my 4 years there, and a lot of fun basketball games during the Bob Turco era at Notre Dame, that's for sure.
Put some good teams together. Yeah, for sure.
A lot of good college talent coming out of this area. We mention it every year. And you talk about the AAU, a lot of these Mercer County coaches don't take an off season. They take that summer as a valuable time period to form some of this team chemistry.
Well,
as you're seeing now, Coach Monty emptying the bench, getting the reserves some valuable minutes here in the Mercer County tournament.
Not just Mercer County coaches, all over the
place.
Sure. Summer basketball is the time to polish up your individual skills and things like that. Maybe get a little chemistry with your team, but you're going to work on things. You're going to try to, if you're trying to take a jump shot, the coach is going to say, shoot that jump shot. You're not going to be too worried about you getting in the flow of things. But it can be very valuable. I mean, take Robbinsville, for example. They play in the Hamilton Park League up in Jersey City.
Yep.
A lot of strong teams up there.
That's one of the better moves, in my opinion, that Connor Hayes has made, or any of the coaches around here, playing against that type of talent.
Trenton plays up there too.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's just one of the best things you can do for your team, exposing yourself to that that is a real 94-foot game.
Yep.
When you get to that part of New Jersey and venture even closer to New York, they love full-court defense, full-court offense. It's a lot of fun to watch. As Connolly cashes in a right hand for 2.
Yeah, if you're Notre Dame, you just want to finish strong anyhow. Even if it is against the reserves for these guys. Some of these reserves are probably pretty good too. So,
approaching the 2-minute mark. Diaz with a steal inside for the Irish. Up ahead pass. Here's Foley. Primerano under the basket, but Foley will take it in. She misses. Gets it back, but didn't have her 2 feet in bounds.
What did you have Stokes ending up with there, Mike? 22, or did you get more?
22 I had her finishing with. 22 for her.
18 for
Delphos.
Okay.
9 for Durham. Oh, our
like
field mic is connected to one of the poles here.
It sounded like a big barrel drum rolling down the lobby.
Julia Fraticelli into the game for the Irish. Up ahead pass. Pull up on the way. No. Short. Batted out. Brought in by the Irish. Foley inside, back out they go. Fraticelli, left wing, now around. Foley, pull up, charity stripe area, no. Brought in by the Blue Devils. Just under 90 seconds to go in this one, and the Blue Devils have just about secured their spot in the Mercer County Tournament Finals for the second straight year, looking for their second championship in as many years. Yes, Coach
indeed.
Monty and the Blue Devils can start to begin their celebration here as this one put away rather early. A dominant performance, wire to wire, the Blue Devils in this one.
I think it'll be a pretty reserved celebration. I mean, there was no drama in this game. It was just total Ewing domination, as you said, and they're going for their second straight. They're also going for their 5th overall, as they won 3 back in the Shelley Dearden when Shelley Dearden coached the girls. They won in 91, they won in 92, and they won in 89, beating Steiner in 89. Hun beat Hun by 30 in 91, and then they beat Hamilton in 92. So, took them a long time to get that next one, but I unless Hightstown's got something really good up their sleeve, it's hard to see this team losing in the Mercer County tournament.
You mentioned, that Hightstown team, and I run out here for Notre Dame. It's Diaz with the right hand and good. Final seconds here ticking off. You look ahead to that championship game tomorrow between Hightstown and Ewing, and the instant question is, how does Hightstown keep this Ewing defense, I guess, off balance, really? That's the only way. I mean, they're so handsy. They're so aggressive.
Well, I mean, it's almost like you could try to do all the coaching in the world that you want. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to move the ball fast. We're going to reverse. We're going to get that screen. But you're playing against such top-flight athletes. You need good athletes to do it. And I'm not saying Hightstown doesn't have good athletes, but you need unbelievably good athletes to execute this stuff. I mean, the other thing is, you have your second team. You're trying to practice against what Ewing does, but your second team can't possibly put out, simulate what Ewing does, because Ewing is that good. So you can do, they can run what Ewing runs, and your first team can go against it. But the talent difference between your second team and Ewing is so wide. So I don't know. I mean, Jenna Marcus has done such a great job with Hightstown. And, there you go with the buzzer.
Julia Fraticelli caps this one off with a buzzer beater from the Irish. But it'll just be a little too short in the comeback effort. 68-30, the final score. Ewing dominates by 38 in this one. And we'd love to thank all of our sponsors who helped make today's broadcast possible on WBCB, Capital Health System, the New Jersey Education Association, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant, Haldeman Ford Subaru, Notre Dame High School, the Trentonian, the Italian People's Bakery, Hyundai of Trenton, Jammer Doors and Windows, Mako of Ewing, all proud to sponsor today's contest here on WBCB. Ewing advances to their second straight Mercer County Tournament Finals, 68-30 the final, where they will meet the Hightstown Rams tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Until we talk to you again tomorrow evening for the Girls' Championship, we thank you so much for making us a part of your afternoon. For my broadcast partner, Rich Fisher, my name is Mike Warren, saying so long from Cure Insurance Arena. Boys semifinal between Trenton and Hamilton West coming up next. Thank you so much for watching high school basketball on WBCB.